What's going on, fam, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down boost and likes campaigns and a few more do's and don'ts just to keep adding on to that list of that 11 that we started on yesterday, right? So without any further ado, let's get educated. So first things first, I guess we just need to understand what is a boost campaign versus what is a likes campaign. So a likes campaign will be the first thing that you would run, and that's just a campaign that's simply, a one-liner quote, or with a picture of somebody looking towards the sunset looking all extra free. So like you just have one liner quote with that, and then you would send that into the internet, right? And that would be a paid ad. The reason you're doing that is because most people will just see it, read it, like it, move on. That's exactly what you want, because the more people that do that, that just means that that's how many people are being reached. So if it reaches, let's say on a $5 budget, it reaches 200 people. That's actually a really good number. And if it reaches 200 people with a like, then it's also going to keep that number of people for the next thing, which is going to be your boost campaign, which is very, very similar to your likes campaign. It's still going to be, usually it's a little bit more than a quote. It'll be like a small blurb of, I used to be in this situation, but now I'm so happy that I'm here now. It won't say any specifics more than that. It'll be a very vanilla, very blatant, just very just out there kind of thing, where you kind of take it where you want to see it go, if you know what I mean. And then you send that out, and it goes to the same 200 people. And if you get a certain percentage of those exact same people to like again, then it actually will keep sending you people exactly like the people who are liking and boosting your campaign here in a boost campaign. So it's always best to send out your likes campaign first. That way you can have a baseline to start with, and then you want to start your boost campaigns. So you're probably wondering, well, where do I do this? How do I get started with any of that? Well, you're going to go into your ads manager, because that's going to be the first place, and all the places you're going to go for all of your ads management. I mean, it's your ads management center. So, but you're just going to go into campaign, you're going to go into your ad set, and then you're going to go into your ads. Excuse me. And once you do that, you set up your campaign, how you want to set it up. I generally recommend you use your smart settings or Meta's smart settings first off, your first time around, just to kind of see where they're going to send that, because usually they're a little bit better at it. If you decide that you want to send to only 20 to 28-year-olds who are looking for financial freedom in the United States, if you break your, or if you put it so specific like that, Meta is going to accommodate. They're going to send you exactly what you're looking for. However, they're going to send you exactly what you're looking for. And to kind of break that down, I guess, is if you just say, hey, I want you to take care of it, send it to as many people for this amount of money, Meta is going to be extremely efficient, more efficient than a human being, because it's going off of an algorithm. So if you say, yeah, I want these three specific things, they're going to find you those three specific things and however many people, but it's going to be a lower number than if you were to say, hey, Meta, you do it for the same amount of money. I guarantee you they're going to find you more people, because it's just, they're like, oh, okay, I'm just going to run with it. And that's how that works. So I recommend doing that first, seeing where they're going to kind of group and populate your, there's a word that I really want to use. Populate your group is what I'm going to go with right now, because the word escapes me. But usually they're just extremely efficient. I mean, it's a machine. It's just deadly efficient. But once you get into a habit of doing your boost campaigns, doing your likes campaigns, and that starts to feel a little bit more natural, just always keep in mind, never put a link in any of that. Because as soon as you put a link in it, that's going to start making Meta think that you are trying to sell something when you are not. These are not methods of selling. These are literally just trying to get you in front of as many people as possible for the lowest amount of money as possible. And that's what makes this so efficient, because as we talked about yesterday, with a little amount of money put up front with Meta, you're going to do better just starting out, because it's just going to be more efficient. It's going to say, okay, this guy only has $5. He only has $10 to spend. So we're going to find him as many people as he needs for that amount of money. versus somebody who puts down $1,000 and it's like, okay, well, this guy has money to play around with, so we're going to be a little bit more specific to the category, and that way, he's going to get more sales. 9 times out of 10, the more money you spend, the more sales you are going to make. That's just basic statistics. However, in our case, we want to start from the ground up, right? We want to start with our $5 a day, then work our way up in 10 to 20% increments, like we talked about yesterday. So remember, no links in our boost and likes campaigns. And then the next thing is just a breakdown of what your um, conversion ads. That's going to be our next step. Just a breakdown of what that's going to look like. Because once you've gotten used to sending out boost campaigns, once you've gotten used to sending out likes campaigns, the next thing that has to happen is you're going to start sending out your conversion ads. And what that is basically an ad that you send out saying, hey, I was here, I went to here, this is amazing, I'm trying to help you out, right? Something along those lines, obviously not as crass or as straight to the point as I just put it, but I just want to give you guys a good idea, right? I just want you to understand that it's like, I was here, this is the place that I didn't want to be, I moved to here, the place that I want to be, and this is how I did it, right? And that's where we're going to start putting in information that's a little bit more specific. And I'm just going to break it down real quick for you guys. It's 6 simple things. I put 3 fingers up. Oh, yeah, here are the other 3. But it's 6 simple things, right? It's you want to keep your eye context pretty low. In fact, just keep it pretty general. Because the more you start hammering on a you, that's when things are going to start getting a little dicey is the word I'm going to use. But you want to make sure you're using I. Like, hey, this is what I accomplished doing, whatever method I did, I. You want to make sure that the attention is on you. And then you want to use other people's results. So it's like, yes, I did this, and now look at all of these people who did the same. That's just our social proofing. For those of you who are affiliate marketers, you understand what I'm saying 100%. You always want a social proof. You want to make sure that it's not like, hey, yeah, Newton said it's good, it's good. Excuse me. If Newton says it's good, and then, Bob says it's good, and Joel says it's good, and Maria says it's good, then that's what we call social proofing. That's saying that not just one person says it's good, a plethora of people say it's good. The next thing, you want to weave in a story. You want to say, hey, I was here, I was down on my luck, $60,000 in debt, no car, had to walk to work, whatever your story is. And, we're not lying, so don't lie, keep it honest, but you want to weave in that story. Don't make it too long, don't make it 100% about you, because it's not, right? You want to tell them where you were, where you're going, and that's that simple. Next thing you want to do, you want to tell them the shortcut. Like, hey, when I was down in my worst, I spent $10,000 here and wasn't making any progress in my business. I found out this. Boom. Then you hit them with the shortcut, right? Now it's so on and so on. And that's where we get into our teaser. Our teaser is where you're saying, hey, now I'm, traveling and living the lifestyle of my dreams. And that is when you get to our 6th and final step, right as you're hitting them with like, oh, I'm in the Maldives this evening and I'm so happy and grateful. And then you just let them know a specific call to action. If you want to do the same, click this link, follow this page, do this action, basically is what you're going to do. You're going to call them to an action, whatever that action may be for you. So I'm just going to run through them one more time just so you guys get a real quick 6th list going. You want to keep your eye context and general context going straight. No you, only I. Other people's results. You always want to show that not just you have some kind of success. You want to show that other people are also having success with the same exact thing that you're doing, regardless of background, regardless of financial situation, regardless of any of that. This person did it, you can do it too. Boom. Next, you want to make sure you always weave in a story. Understand that people are people. They're going to buy from people that they know and trust. If they don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. That's just plain simple, period. So make sure you're weaving in a story and make sure it's honest. If people pick up on the fact that you're lying, that can even be worse than them not even, like, if they were ignoring you, that could be worse. Next, you want to show them the shortcut. You want to tell them that there's the shortcut. There's a way that they don't have to go through the same, pain and the struggle and the growth and, all of that like you did. There's oh, hey, but, now you could just do this. Then you want to go into your teaser. You want to make sure that they know, like, hey, if you follow this, you do it right, you do what you're supposed to do, look, you can make it. You will make it. Because it's a simple numbers game, right? And then you just want to hit them with that specific call to action. Make sure that they understand that this is the time now. It's not later. You can't do it next week. You can't do it tomorrow. Now, don't wait till the dog comes back in the house. Do it right now and, get things started. No one ever makes progress standing still. And y'all can take that to the bank. And with that, I just want to give you guys three more because I realized yesterday I said three and I gave five. So let's just do three today of the don'ts when it comes to this specifically on our boost and likes campaigns and our conversion ads. You do not want to be too specific in your callouts. That's where I was talking about, hey, do you want to do, or do you want to go, or hey, I know you are having. That's going to push too many buttons, and a lot of people don't understand that even though we use a lot of technology to, make sales, make progress, make conversions, all that kind of good stuff, it comes down to an emotional level. If, you're poking the bear is going to bite back, right? So don't come on too strong is what I'm getting at. Don't have blatant income claims. Notice how when I was going through the format, I never said, oh, now I'm making $1 million, a year, or I'm making 10K a month, or I didn't say anything like that because in this business, income goals always vary. What I want to achieve in my business is not always the same as what you want to achieve. Therefore, the steps that I'm going to take might not be the exact same steps as you. So don't always just say, oh, yeah, if you do this, you're going to make $10,000 a month guaranteed. Because depending on where people are, how they're going to start, how quickly they want things to progress, and how much effort they're going to put in, it might not end up being that case. So just don't put any blatant numbers. Don't put any numbers in there. Just keep it very open, very, you perceive it as you will. Because that's what's going to do you the best when it comes to Meta and Facebook ads as a whole. And then the third thing and the last thing for today, guys, because I want to keep it a little bit shorter than yesterday, is before and after photos. This one pertains specifically to my fitness crowd. If you put too many before and after, if you put any before and after photos, I don't understand why myself, but Meta just doesn't like that. Yeah, I'm assuming it's more of a emotional thing of pushing people to certain body, oh, you need to look like this or you need to look like that, and that's kind of what kind of stops that. And instead of putting those kind of photos, put more of a lifestyle photo, like you over the course of your lives. So multiple photos. It can't just be a single, here's how I was a year ago, here's how I am now. It needs to be, January, throughout January, here's the photos of me, whatever, I'm doing this, I'm going here, I'm going to the gym, I'm eating right, whatever, throughout the course of 12 months, just your transformation over the course of a year. Yes, it might be slow. You might think, no, I can get away with just putting them before and after. I am only the messenger. You do with the information as you will. I won't be seeing you on Facebook. I guarantee you that, though. So good luck. But yeah, that's it, guys. These are the three that I wanted to give you guys today, and I'll go over the five that we went over yesterday real quick. Don't do too many changes at once. Obviously, you need to go slow in these things. Do not scale too fast. When it is time to scale 10 to 20% increments. Having your payment methods fail is a big no-no. If it happens once, there's a very rare chance that they allow that to happen again. So don't let it happen once. Different URLs and redirects. You do not want to keep sending, or you do not want to send, whatever traffic, whatever conversions to link to link to link to link to link to get to a final destination. It needs to be a very direct path. So they need to click a button, be on the page. whatever that page may be for you, if it's a conversion page, if it's a sales page, whatever the case. And then too many power words when you're new: financial freedom, living in a mansion, Lamborghini, using very specific nouns. I was in Tahiti in my Audi. Be very careful with that. Keep that to a very, just don't do it, honestly. If you're just starting, just don't do it. Get up to the point where you're spending almost $100 a day, then start doing it, because then you're starting to put money in, and Meta's going to probably let you do a little bit more. And then our last three that we went over today: don't be too specific with your call outs. People don't like it when you show their ugly side to them. So, just kind of beat around the bush, be gentle. You know how it is. Blatant income claims: don't put numbers in there. Do not tell somebody they're going to make $10,000 a month in 6 months, because they might not make $10,000 a month in 6 months. They might not put in the effort to make $10,000 a month in 6 months. So just keep it to a very broad, very take it as you will, perceive it as you will type of claim. And then finally, just no before and after photos. Like I said, this one is a little bit more specific to the fitness crowd. However, it can apply to us in the crypto, the affiliate marketing, any other of these fields. Because if you put, hey, I was working in a McDonald's, and you put a picture of you in your McDonald's uniform, and then the next thing you know, there's a picture of you in a Gucci suit next to a Lambo. Meta might not like that either, because they're gonna be like, well, you're just trying to attract people and might not be necessarily in the right way. You might not even be doing the right things. It doesn't prove that you went from there to there. It just shows that, there's a guy in a uniform in McDonald's, and there's a guy in a, Gucci suit. So I would just be careful with that. Meta just wants to know that, people are people. That, you're a real person. You're actually trying to do things. You're actually trying to help. And the more that you actually help, the better Meta is going to be to you. I guarantee you, because that's just how it is. That's the algorithm in itself. So we just have to play the game along with the algorithm, right? So with that, guys, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I hope you guys like this video, like all of my other videos. If there's anything that you guys want to see or hear more of, please don't hesitate. Just go ahead and let me know in the comments section. Friday, we are definitely going to be going over how to scale, when to scale, all that kind of good stuff. So don't miss that. It's going to be really good. And, I appreciate it if you guys like the video. It really does help me out, and I appreciate it. And until next time, guys, have fun, stay safe, wear a seatbelt.